Hey, how we doing? We back again. We're gonna have a quick conversation about a devastating technique. All right, so like, subscribe, comment, holla at your boy, get to it. Hashtag best bets, win a free UFC hat or Bellator. I'll let you pick. Now let's talk about it. Khalil Rountree, not the most consistent dude in the world. Occasionally he looks like a world beater, and occasionally he's a bit lackluster. It was a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B in his last fight. But he did pull off a few astonishing things. He looked really good in the first round, started to fade a bit in the second, and was able to pull off a perfectly timed sidekick. And people are like, hey, let's ban that technique. It's too devastating. Honestly, guys, the whole goal of MMA is to break your opponent's joints, strangle them unconscious, knock them unconscious, make them physically submit. Like, that's the goal of the guy that's actually, going against the other guy, his opponent. It's like it's the referee's job to keep the your opponent safe. That being said, there was nothing any referee could do to keep Khalil's opponent safe. It was one of those perfectly timed techniques, perfectly done. If anything, listen, his opponent, great fighter, stand up guy from what I've read and heard about him. He wasn't there. He put himself in a position where he was not able to defend the technique that Khalil threw. Period. That's just what it breaks down to. He had a boxing stance. He was a little more bladed, maybe not boxing, was more bladed. And when he went to throw his technique, Khalil countered with a perfectly timed technique, and then his leg broke. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game. Technique shouldn't be banned. It's one of those things. This is a dangerous sport, and the guys should be paid more, maybe. But I don't think that the technique should be banned. I think 12 to 6 elbows should be brought back in, and I'm kind of on the fence about knees to a grounded opponent. I think those should be a thing too. I mean, DJ lost to an opponent who was throwing knees to a grounded opponent, and he lost because it was legal in ONE FC. So it's just one of those things. Khalil, perfect technique, perfectly timed. Unfortunate happenstance for his opponent who got injured. My heart goes out for the guy. Hope he heals up really well. Hope he becomes a world beater in himself. But, I don't think the idea is to, I don't think what we want to do is start banning techniques because people get hurt. Because that's the name of the game. That is the name of the game. And we cannot forget the name of the game is the hurt business. You're trying to hurt your opponent. Even in boxing, you're trying to hurt your opponent. The referee's in there to keep you guys as safe as possible. But you're trying to hurt your opponent. And these guys sign up for it. And it's just one of those things, guys. So it is what it is. Hope Khalil's opponent feels better soon. And, one ups to Khalil. Congratulations. He needed that win himself. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Like, subscribe, comment. Hashtag best bet. Holla at your boy. Don't quite bet on Khalil yet. He's got a way to go. He looked impressive, but, I'm just saying. Maybe one day. But, he's not like a lock. He's not a Valentina Shevchenko. There's very few people Valentina could fight in the UFC that you'd be like, I'm not saying don't ever bet on Khalil, but he's just not consistent for me. I'm just throwing that tidbit of betting, thought in there. All right, guys. Talk to you later. I'm out.